Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about Coinbase insider trading. As of 3 months ago, there was various posts on Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter about one Coinbase insider that was making massive purchases. So if we go on Twitter, this was 3 months back on April 12th. The Coinbase insider made a purchase 2 hours ago for about $10,000. The buy is currently worth $131,000. As of a couple months back, Coinbase had this big announcement, starting immediately and as part of an effort to increase transparency by providing as much information symmetry as possible. Coinbase will be using this blog post as a pilot to communicate assets under consideration for listing in Q2 2022. So why is this important? Well, a Coinbase insider was caught yesterday. So he's going to be charged, and we know who it is. And if we look at a couple other posts, the one that was worth $131,000 ended up being worth $364,000, and then $500,000, and then $612,000 later. So you turn $10,000 into $612,000. Then there's another post from a famous Twitter crypto guy. Found an Ethereum address that bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of tokens exclusively featured in the Coinbase asset listing post about 24 hours before it was published, ROFL. And we're taking a look at Indexed, Chromatica, DApp Radar, RRC, DFX token, Paper, $80,000, $76,000, $73,000, $72,000, $60,000, $27,000. Again, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there was another Twitter post, found a related address that also bought XYO, FOX, and RGT before the Coinbase listing announcements as well. Tons of money. Tons of money. Someone made a fresh wallet and front ran 7 figures into UPI and ABT before the Coinbase announcement of listing. Makes sense now. Clear insider trading. Another post. This was months back, and as of yesterday, a Coinbase product manager was just charged with insider trading and arrested while trying to flee the country. This guy was trying to make millions of dollars because already at Coinbase, if you're a manager at Coinbase, you're making a good amount because programmers and managers and all the top guys are going to be making a pretty solid 6-figure salary. Now, if we look this guy up, his name was Ishan Wahi. And if we take a look at his LinkedIn, now, it's surprisingly still there. Sometimes it's removed. Nope, it is removed. It's absolutely removed. In many cases, it is removed once someone is charged criminally, then sometimes the social media platforms just do it themselves. So at least let's go to a couple other links. The typical Coinbase product manager salary is $210,576 per year. Now, we do have to remember that this guy's located in Seattle, Washington. So Washington and California will definitely have increased salaries. Product manager salaries at Coinbase can range from $150,727 to $248,704 per year. Now, this is a salary, not including bonuses. So we can assume that this gentleman, which as of a different resource, we saw that he was working at Coinbase for quite some time, since October 2020. So anybody who's been working in crypto knows that if you're working 6 months, 12 months, especially a couple of years, then at that point, you do have some experience. And most likely before this, he was working with crypto companies as well or whatnot. And most likely he was making closer to $250,000 with bonuses, maybe even $300,000 a year. And he got greedy. He wanted to invest $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, whatnot. When we look at the justice.gov page, we see on at least 14 occasions, beginning at least in June 2021 and continuing through April 2022, Ishan Wahi knew in advance both that Coinbase planned to list particular crypto assets and the timing of the public announcements. And him and his brother, Nikhil, and a potential friend, Samir, would place profitable trades. On the evening of Sunday, May 15th, 2020, after Coinbase was made aware the month prior about some insider trades, Ishan Wahi purchased a one-way flight to India that was scheduled to depart the next day, shortly before Ishan Wahi was supposed to be interviewed by Coinbase. Prior to boarding the flight, Ishan Wahi falsely told Coinbase employees that he already departed for India when he had not. In the hours between booking the flight and his scheduled departure, Ishan Wahi called and texted Nikhil Wahi and Ramani about Coinbase's investigation investigations and sent them both a photograph of the messages he had received on May 11th from Coinbase's Director of Security Operations. Prior to boarding the May 16th flight to India, he was stopped by Leo's law enforcement officers and prevented them from leaving the country. So Ishan Wahi, 32, of Seattle, Washington, is charged with 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy and 2 counts of wire fraud, each of which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. Nikhil Wahi, 26, of Seattle, Washington, is charged with 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy and 1 count of wire fraud. Again, 20 years. Samir Rahmani, 33, of Houston, Texas, is charged with 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy and 1 count of wire fraud, each of which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. So, looks not that great for these gentlemen. All of them are accused of insider trading, wire fraud, blah, blah, blah. Looks like at least 25 different crypto assets were used, and their ill-gotten gains totaled approximately $1.5 million. Not bad. Definitely not bad. I'm sure they would have continued to use this. And with cryptocurrency, you have to remember one other thing, is that there was a giant crypto crash recently, which I'm sure they were affected by. So they probably made even more money, to be quite honest. But they weren't able to cash out some in time. Either way, over $1 million, definitely a sizable amount for the 3 of them. So 500,000 split. Maybe the main guy made $1 million. The others split 500,000, whatever. Again, this guy's making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. And after enough time, he would be probably making 500,000 plus. Included in all his investments, this guy easily would become a multimillionaire regardless. But he wanted to do the quick and fast way, and he wanted to flee the country, and he was arrested before he could flee. A lot of people are saying that this is just a low-hanging fruit, and it is, because to be quite honest, this sizable sum is pretty big for a average person, but for banks, for crypto exchanges, it's nothing. It's nothing, absolutely nothing, considering it's an employee insider trading. Again, some of these trades were pretty massive, turning $10,000 into $600K. Pretty good, right? Especially when you're insider trading, pretty easy. But when you take a look at all these banks that weren't punished for insider trading for hundreds of millions of dollars on Wall Street, that's a completely different story. But that's that. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day and take care. Stay safe. Bye.